why did you bring the camera to the mini golf course?
I'm gonna give you a little advice.
Oh, this is not gonna end well.
There's a force in the universe. You just gotta get in touch with it. You know. Be the ball.
Is that a gopher?
Thought you were done making stupid movies.
I saw that. That's about $4 and change.
I had a couple of burgers and some Cokes for lunch.
How many Cokes?
4 or 5.
What are you, a diabetic?
I don't know!
Danny Noonan was part of a large Irish Catholic family, just like Brian Doyle Murray, one of the 3 writers. Brian had 5 brothers, so that makes him one of 6, and 3 sisters. And they only had 2 bathrooms, so you can imagine in the morning it was rather crowded to get there.
Oh, what'd you eat?
No respect, I tell you. Say, why don't you buy yourself a real haircut? Take this.
It was supposed to be a coming-of-age story about Danny's journey and character arc. He's a bit adrift with vague plans of college. Mostly, he's really just trying to avoid working in the lumberyard for the rest of his life.
Do you know what I just saw? A gopher. Do you know what gophers do to a golf course?
Aye, sir. I think they're heading in from the construction site.
Cervic, huh? I'll slap an injunction on them so fast it'll make their heads spin.
Before we even see Al Cervic, he's already causing friction between him and the uptight Judge Smales.
Uptight?
My father never liked you.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
I want you to kill every gopher on this course.
Well, check me if I'm wrong, but if I kill all the golfers, they'll lock me up and throw away the key.
Gophers, you great git. Little brown free rodents.
I can do that. And I don't even need a reason.
The gopher actually ended up being the thing that tied the film together. So the original cut of Caddyshack was about 4.5 hours long, and mostly focused on the caddies and the romance between them.
I'm late.
Wait, for what?
For not being pregnant.
However, as the movie went on, the story between the caddies got whittled down and whittled down and whittled down. Take away more and more and more of the romance, so Maggie's lines became less and less and less and made more sense. And focused more on Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, and Rodney Dangerfield.
Jerk.
No respect, I tell you. Hey, want to make $14 the hard way?
That's not gonna end well.
Thanks, Timmy.
Andrew,
Thanks, Andrew.
you gotta go to college.
You don't have to go to college. This isn't Russia. Is this Russia? This isn't Russia. You don't have to go to college.
Frame's gone silent. It's a Cinderella story. Former greenskeeper, about to be Masters champion.
I want a hamburger, no, a cheeseburger, I want a hot dog, milkshake, I want chips.
You'll get nothing and like it. You know, you should play with Dr. Beeper and myself. I mean, he's been the club champion for 3 years, and I'm no slouch myself.
Don't sell yourself short, Judge. You're a tremendous slouch. Judge Smales was the perfect villain. When he represented old money, establishment, racism, condescension, authority. He tried to convert Ty, he tried to corrupt Danny, and he immediately hated Al. Al was a representation of classic nouveau riche, so he obviously butted heads immediately with Judge Smales, who was old money. The interesting thing on set is Ted Knight was really professional, whereas almost everyone else was out partying every night, drinking, doing drugs, and he didn't really appreciate it. So immediately, those two sides didn't really get along. So Ted Knight actually had some animosity towards the rest of the crew, and the crew had some animosity towards Ted Knight.
Good Lord would never disrupt my best game of my life. Oh, rat farts!
Henry Wilcox in The Bishop was actually an actor from the 1930s. He'd actually starred in movies with Cecil B. DeMille. He's probably the longest running actor out of everyone in the cast and crew. Is your question?
Yeah, what do you think?
It's really awful.
Yeah, I got a lot of things on order. You know, credit trouble. Being an assistant greenskeeper. They said that doesn't mean anything until you're head greenskeeper.
Hey, you're rolling on this? I'm gonna play through it. This whole scene was hashed out in only about one day. What happened was Orion found out that the two biggest stars of the film weren't actually in a scene together, even though they had a very large public feud, Chevy Chase and Bill Murray. That stems back from when Chevy Chase left Saturday Night Live and Bill Murray came on. Bill Murray was only on set for about 6 days, so almost everything he did was either ad-libbed or entirely improvisational because there was no lines for the character before he arrived on set.
$100 says you slice it.
Gambling's illegal in Bushwood, sir, and I never slice. Damn it!
You can owe me.
I don't owe you anything.
Harold Ramis likens Caddyshack to a Marx Brothers movie, which is essentially what all Marx Brothers movies are about. You have the three bumbling idiots making fun of the wealthy. Al, Groucho, Ty, Chico, and Carl, Harpo.
I have to laugh because I've outsmarted even myself. My enemy, my foe, is an animal. In order to conquer the animal, I have to learn to think like an animal. And whenever possible, look like one. I gotta get inside this guy's pelt, crawl around for a few days. So who are the gopher's allies? His friends. Harmless squirrel and the friendly rabbit.
Don't be obsessed with your desires, Danny.
Andrew.
You know, the Zen philosopher Basho once wrote, "A flute with no holes is not a flute. A donut with no holes is a Danish." Funny guy.
Another round rolling, Bishop?
You never ask a Navy man if he's gonna have another drink. Because it's nobody's goddamn business how much he's had to drink already.
Wrong. You're drinking too much, Your Excellency.
Excellency fiddlesticks. I'm a man same as you.
You're not a man, you're a bishop, for God's sakes. Can I talk to you alone?
Sure thing, Judge.
Let's face it. Some people simply don't belong.
Hey doll, could you scare up another round for the table? And tell the cook that this is low-grade dog food here. I've had better food at a ball game. The steak has marks where the jockey was still hitting it.
Dog food!
This was Rodney Dangerfield's first movie, and he thought he was doing a terrible job because no one on set was laughing at his jokes. And he came from a stand-up background, so you knew if you were bombing when it was silent. And it was silent on set because they were trying not to laugh at him so they wouldn't ruin the take. And eventually they explained that to him.
I found it.
I don't think that's Baby Ruth.
The scene between Lacey and Ty was difficult to film and almost didn't finish, as Sidney Morgan was not pleased with Chevy's behavior or ad-libs. When he was rubbing the oil into her, when she exclaimed out, that was real because she didn't actually expect him to pour almost the entire bottle. The big decision of the film is placed on Danny whether he'll side with the amicable rich guys or the jerk rich guys. If he sides with Judge Smales, his scholarship is assured, but he has to continue playing the phony, and, you know, that throws away all the moral growth he's had over the duration of the film. If he sides with Ty and Al, he might not get the money for his scholarship, but he can feel better about not pretending to be someone who he isn't.
Well, we're waiting.
Pay up, Judge.
I won't pay.
That's what I thought. Fellas!
Thanks for watching. You can email me at filmoveranalysis@gmail. You can also read my blog, Generation of Failure. And, any more words of Jean-Paul Sartre? Or Brad Cooper?
Hey, everyone, we're gonna get laid! Woo!